Hey everyone, a moment in the life, another moment. Just got finished eating some Starburst here in the Beltline, Atlanta. This is Chimoge and K-Rom. Ahambu moge onyishi kalakana abu kalakanu kwan. Uh, oh, been seeing 11:11 a lot. Been seeing 11:11 a lot. This a terrapin right there. Terrapin is a type of Nnabe, the animal that we call a turtle. By the way, it is called Nnabe, not just be. Be is like violent piercing cry. Nnabe is the father of the violent piercing cry. So that's what that means. I'll explain that in a future video. Basically, your father is the one who gives you Ako Nuche, and Nnabe is a manifestation of me Kalakana. Nnabe Bukalakana. Nnabe Bukamaluponkwem. That's what the worldly spirits are telling me. Let me listen to them. Yeah, so Nnabe is actually Kamaluponkwem, which is the most aggressive form of Amadiyar. But anyway, basically, in Obiatu Matu, oh my bad, it was in Uwa, because there are three sections of existence. There's Obiatu Matu, the heart of idea. There's Oseberua. Oh, Saberua, Saberua, Saberua do. Oh, Saberua, Saberua, Saberua do. Oh, say. Oh, say. Oh, Saberua, Saberua, Saberua do. Oh, Saberua, Saberua, Saberua do. Oh, say. Oh, say. Oh, Saberua, do. Oh, Saberua, do. Oh, say. Oh, say. Do. Yeah, Saberua. It's awesome. That's how you sing about him. I mean, you can sing about him a bunch of ways. That's the most standard way. Yeah, more of that coming. But anyway, you have Oseberua, which is a combination of hell and purgatory. And then you have the world, or the universe, right? Well, really, it's the war. Our local, what we call worlds, we should call war, or... Yes, singular is war, plural is worlds. But anyway, long story short, when the war was forming, the thing we call the world, when the universe was forming, let me say that, because again, the universe isn't all of existence, it's just the outermost sector that we exist in, right? So when that was forming, Nnabe came, and long story short, there's this thing, what was it? Wait, let me listen to Worldly Spirits. There is this long story short, Wanyele, which is the savage woman, right, which is the female counterpart of the savage Wanyele, was screaming too much, and he told her to be quiet, because for her function she had to be quiet. And again, there's nothing behind that. Wanyele exists in hell. Wanye Nuwa, please scream savagely, okay? Okay, please talk. Please don't be a manosphere idiot and tell women they can't talk. Don't be a church boy, tell women they can't talk. That is what they do in hell. This is the universe. This is the war. Okay? Ihabuwa, biko wanyu kuoku, Nzobu nwoke mechon. Nwoke lengwechon. I'm sorry, I had to add that in because people read into things. There's a lot of people who, you know, have layered messages, subtle shots, all that kind of thing. I'm not that guy. Really, this is why I hate people who hate women. They really break up my rhythm. I'm sorry, I'm upset. Anyway, I'm explaining why that animal's called what it's called, Nnabe, because he gave her the Ako Nuche that at that moment she had to be quiet, and that was good for Wanyele's development. Because, mind you, Wanyele and Ele should exist just in hell. And really, we all have a piece of hell within us, because we all have, even though we exist in the world, within us we carry a piece of Oseberua and a piece of Obiatsumatu, because we exist on multiple levels, right? So they should exist. They perform their functions in hell, in our hearts, because hell is part of the heart, right? Obi, right? Because the heart is actually a place of evil, because evil is fuel. It's fuel for your existence. So it's bad, but it's not the worst thing that should exist, but bad things should exist. All right, things that shouldn't exist, that's ihenja, things that shouldn't exist. You can't really translate it directly in English. So they have their function, but we're not to imitate them. Okay, don't do melee. Really, the word melee is accurate. It just pronounced differently. It's mele, which is just mass deletion of life. And don't spend too much time looking at savagery or deer. Although, well, okay, don't spend too much time looking at deer. I like looking at deer, but that's because I'm a cat. I eat them. You get what I'm saying. Most people shouldn't spend too much time looking at deer. By the way, deer are dangerous if you don't know. So if there are deer in your backyard, which frequently happens in the so-called United States of America, aka Aralobodouku, the Great Evil Society, the Big Evil Society, same thing. One, don't go out when they're out there. They're dangerous. Two, work hard to get rid of them. Three, maybe look at where you live and see if you can move, because they're dangerous. Deer delete more human lives, and really I should say godly lives. Those of you who've seen my other videos know what I mean by that. Our whole category is called gods. Human is just black people. People who are non-black are howitzers, extreme people, and that's not bad, right? Just because you're not black doesn't mean your bloodline should not exist, okay? There's a different name for the bloodline, okay? But our whole category, which is made up of multiple bloodlines, is gods. In Asuzaki, the wrongly called Igbo, you could call them Abara, Anyibu Abara. You could also call us Agu. And we're the manifestation of Agu in the world, which, how do you translate it again? The furthest extension of the ultimate goal, Agu. But anyway, deer, really the deer we have in the Great Evil Society are almost exclusively, well, I'll say primarily. In some parts you have what we call pronghorn, which are elutor, which are sweet deer. The deer we have here are primarily elelu, extreme deer, right? The most aggressive, most dangerous kind. You know, elelu, you know, they delete more human lives than I think almost any other animal in the world yearly. You know, that they're very dangerous. And that's without the car accidents. When you include those, it's much more. And what you have to know is they actually are coming here to fight. Okay, because okay, they're looking for trouble. So we can't always assume we're always in the wrong when dealing with other categories of life. With that being said, we're also in the wrong because, and I'm talking about the category of gods collectively, although when I break it down, it's really mostly, almost exclusively white people, but they're in our category. I'll include us for now, but really it is almost exclusively white people are doing things to antagonize deer, destroying their homes, unnecessary deleting their lives. Because by the way, don't eat deer, especially extreme deer. Venison is something I don't understand. It is, I've never eaten it, but from descriptions and thinking about it, it's one of the most vile types of meat out there. It's full of disease, it's slimy. That is, when I say I eat deer, I mean in my form as the cat and various other cats, okay? Because, long story short, I'm explaining more and more what I mean when I'm saying Shango. I am, oh Lord, how do I explain this? Basically, I'm Onishi Kalaka. I'm the head of Shango, so I'm the mind manifested in the world, right? I'm a world of Shango. I'm not all of Shango. Shango is one Iya, Amadioha, right? So when I manifest as a bloodline, most exactly, it's the animal called the cat. Most people call it jaguar, and then all its variants are also that. So those versions of me eat it. Me as a human being, I am not eating deer, okay? I might eat a comfort deer, which is the animal we call a goat. Okay, and by might I mean will. Okay, please, I still need food. If you can give me goat meat, please. But like an exact deer. By the way, those animals you call antelope, those are deer. Antelope is really in Shokwu. It's poop speech. If you speak correctly, you should call them deer. I will not eat one of those. That's filthy. That's not for my category. So anyway, don't go out into the woods and shoot deer. Just shoo them away from your house, and don't live too close to where they're supposed to live. And don't go outside where you see deer, okay? But if you see Nnabe, go kill it, although, you know, within bounds. Obviously, still ekozo. It's another animal. It's another category. Don't go too close because they can bite. And they're actually, it's a myth that Nnabe is slow. They move quickly. They move quickly. I mean, they do. They just kind of do it in spurts, but they do. You can look up videos online of look up like something like giant tortoise moving quickly, because that one is actually Nnabe exactly. The other ones are variants. Because every animal that comes into the world, there's the one that comes exactly, and then it'll create other lineages that are variants, right? You know, if you see one, any variant, you know, look at it somehow. Nnabe is not, it's not any more dangerous than your average other animal, which is really that is the metric. Because any animal can be dangerous now. Any animal can be dangerous now, but it's about whether they're more dangerous than normal. Deer are way more dangerous than normal. Nnabe, so-called turtles, are not. And I'm emphasizing calling it Nnabe because turtle is just our local. I really want to start calling everything correctly, especially other animals, because when we call them things incorrectly, that messes things up. That messes them up. That messes us up. We don't understand anything. Anyway, this has been a moment in the life. As usual, I decided to lecture. Here I'm in the Beltline, feet on the ground. Although respectfully, I don't know why they did this. Please don't do this. Don't just destroy rocks and then spread it everywhere. Just leave it as it is. But anyway, see you.